God damn it. All right. You ready?
I believe so. If we can make it through the intro.
As ready as we're going to be. I'm going to laugh. There's no way about it. So, okay, here we go. Hello, LGFA, and welcome to episode... Nubsy, give me the number because I don't remember.
5?
Episode 5. All right.
We've
had plenty of other episodes. This is only the 5th one we're keeping track of. So, anyways, welcome to episode 5 of the LGFA. I'm your host, Brisan66. It's been a long time, and I'm glad to be back. As always, I'm joined by Nubsy. Nubsy, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing pretty well. The game's in a couple hours, so getting excited.
Getting excited. Week 2 about underway here. Week 1's in the books. Preseason's in the books. Of these couple seasons I've done commissioner, this one's been the most challenging. There's been a lot of, especially with the new things we've added to the website, and just trying to clean everything up. It's been a rough 2 weeks to start the season, but I think we're starting to clear things out and things are starting to run smoothly.
It helps that I understand the money system now, so that was a good thing.
That was a good thing, yeah. Understanding it after bidding is so crucial.
Real key.
So, anyways, week 1's over. Nubsy, how'd the team do for you guys week 1?
We had a lot of draws, but other than that, we only had one loss, and that was only because we only had 8 people, and none of our defense showed up to the first game, so Tottenham smacked us around a little bit, but other than that, we're looking pretty good.
Good. Sunderland did awful, as expected, I don't know what that is. That was dramatic.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, dun. So yeah, Sunderland's third from the bottom. So we got a long ways to go. But let's talk about the teams that did well this past week. Just give a couple honorable mentions, I guess, so to speak, right now, Nubsy, as we're talking about how the league's doing. One team, Man United. I couldn't believe it. Team that kind of Python just said, "Here you go, GM and AGM, run the team," and I mean, they've done pretty well so far. I know it's only 1 week, but pretty good first week for that team.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things with them that usually, when you try to put a team of friends together, Sunderland, they don't always do as well. But Man U, they had a lot of guys that I actually had last year on Schalke, with Angel as GM, and they've got Carlos and Versace and, a couple other guys that, they play together a lot, and they've got built-in chemistry, and that's worked out well for them in week 1.
I'd like to give myself a little praise here. I think I said it, at least to you, and I know I've said it to a few guys. Check out Tough Nut. He's a good player. He's a good guy. And look how good he's doing right now. I'm pretty proud of him based on how he's doing so far as a GM of Manchester United.
Yeah, I've had Tough on, I think, 2 of my teams in the past. And, yeah, he's solid, accountable guy.
Yeah, he was a very good center back on West Ham. Was the only time I played with him, but he made a pretty good impression, and I always have praise for him. Not sure what position he's playing this season. If it's center back,
I think he is. He's pretty much, from what I've seen, he's been kind of asked to carry that defense, and he's doing well with it.
Good for him. Yeah. So yeah, that was probably my biggest shock of the whole league thus far. Another one I was pretty happy with is we had a loss in owner, unfortunately, with Manchester City. And despite the, honestly, normally when an owner quits, it's a disaster. Other people want to leave, but I think Spider Monkeys has done a fairly good job trying to get a team together. And from what I'm hearing from other owners is that they were competitive games. They were actually pretty good games they played against Spider Monkey and company. Have you yet to play them, Nubsy?
We play them first game tonight, actually.
Oh, fantastic! So you'll have that answer for next week,
right? And Spider Monkey's a good guy. I've always really liked him. But yeah, losing that owner and then Torch seemed to have been in line to take over it, and I was a little bit worried about that just because of the struggles that he had last season. So I think it's nice to get somebody totally different in there, and Spider Monkey seems to be pulling them together pretty well.
I was on Torch's team last season, and Spider did a majority of the work. Spider was a workhorse for him, so I'm kind of glad Spider took the team. Torch kind of went off the deep end. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not going to talk
I heard
about
a
all
little
the.
bit about that.
Yeah, we'll be here all night if I go down that path. But he pretty much gave him have a good one. So we'll see if he ever returns. If he doesn't, I don't think anybody will lose any sleep over it. So yeah, that was week one. We've got a good show here set up for you guys. We're gonna do team of the week and power rankings. I think that's it, Nubsy. Is that all we've got today? Just team of the week and power rankings?
Yeah, that's it for this time.
All right.
Throwing it together real quick.
All right, sounds good. So stay tuned, guys. And next up, we've got team of the week. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're good. You ready to go then?
Yep.
Okay, how do you want to do this? You want me to do the starting 11, you do the reserves?
Sure, we can do
Or
that.
vice versa? Don't matter. You want to do that?
Yeah, you do starting 11. I'll do reserves.
Okay, all right, cool. Hello, LG, and welcome back to the Team of the Week segment for LGFA Access. We are going to give you a starting 11 with a couple reserves here. I am going to do the starting 11, and Nubsy is going to give us the reserves afterwards. So I will start off. For this week, we are using the 3-5-2. This is actually also in your paper as well, Nubsy,
Yeah,
correct?
extra time as well. Yeah, same team of the week.
Time. Yep, we use the same team of the week. We just we give you a little more in-depth analysis here. A little bit better than that Mamba guy. Let's be honest.
No comment.
No, oh, Mamba, poor guy. He tries. I like Mamba. I may be the only one.
Hey, he's my workhorse on extra time. He deserves.
Wow, and you're my workhorse here. So does it just trickle down onto him then?
Oh, we're too close removed from the election to be talking about trickle down anything right now.
Oh no. All right, so let's get on with the team of the week. This week it is the 3-5-2. We're going to start up top with the strikers. At left striker, we've got Jabo X42, Middlesbrough owner. He had 6 goals and 2 assists this week. At right striker, we have Mann on Tottenham. He had 6 goals, 4 assists. To the midfield, centering the attack, at Cam, we have LL Versace, LL from Man United, 3 goals, 4 assists. At left mid, we have Unlucky Diggs from Middlesbrough, 3 goals, 2 assists. At right mid, from Tottenham, we have Tottenham's owner, Dino, 5 goals, 2 assists. To the defensive mids, on LDM, Crystal Palace, Gilache. He had a 50% tackling, 2 clean sheets. I know, he's not a defender. We don't have to hear it, people. We know, we get it. And 85.7% pass percentage, which is very good, very, very good for a defensive mid. And at RDM, we have O2 to Truth from Southampton with a 71.4% tackle percentage, a very high percentage in tackling, 3 clean sheets, and a 78% pass percentage. On to the back 3 on the back line. At left center back, we're going to start out here with Vander Duke from Liverpool. He had 1 goal, 57.9% tackle percentage, 3 clean sheets, and a 66% pass percentage. Centering the center backs, we've got Risen from Swansea with a 50% tackle percentage, 5 clean sheets, 74.3 pass percentage. And at right center back, we've got his partner in crime, I would assume, from Swansea, Dewey 912 with a 50% tackle percentage, 5 clean sheets, and a 73.3 pass percentage. Then to finish it off, the man between the pipes, I guess as the hockey guys would say, we've got Camel Acrobat 136 from Swansea with 21 saves on 21 shots, 5 clean sheets, 100% save percentage. That is insane. Very good week for him. Nice job for Swansea. That's awesome. So that's your starting 11. Going to turn it over here to Nubsy as he does the reserves.
All right, we got 6 reserves here. 2 forwards. First one is Poyenzio. I don't know how to pronounce that. From Bournemouth with 6 goals. Second forward, Unlucky Evo from Liverpool. Had 2 goals, 3 assists. In the midfield, got McCullough from Man City with 2 goals. Defensive mid, Psych Smoke Barbecue from Arsenal, 63.6% tackling, 2 clean sheets, and 87% passing. Another real high passing percentage there. On defense, can't believe I'm saying his name, but Sovereign Mamba, 80% tackling, 3 clean sheets, 70.4% passing. And the backup goalie is Eric E30 from Chelsea. 39 saves, an 82.9 save percentage, and 1 clean sheet.
Poor E-Rice, man. That's a lot of saves. And we know Chelsea had a change in owner as well. Money, thankfully, stepped up for the team there. But, man, E-Rice really had to try and carry that team to any kind of points they could get this week.
He got bombarded. And a lot of that was because Chelsea didn't really have numbers showing up.
Right.
Even when we played him this week, they only had 6, and we played it anyway. Yeah, just using all those CPU any players, and yeah, he took a beating, but he came out of it pretty well.
Oh, very nice job for E-Rice there. Good week for him. All right, that's the team of the week. We are going to turn this over to Power Rankings, which is up next. Stick around. All right. We are moving very fast. This is crazy.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to talk about a few of those guys.
I guess not. I'm sorry. I don't know why I moved on so quick. We can talk more in the Power Rankings, all right?
We can give shout-outs to them in the Power Rankings.
Yeah, we can take our time on this. That's all right. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
All right.
Wait, who's doing what?
You want to alternate? You go Chelsea first, then we'll just go back and forth.
Chelsea.
We'll start at the bottom.
Oh, we're going from bottom up? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sound good?
Yeah, we can do
that. Okay. Hello, and welcome back to our last segment of LGFA Access. This is the Power Rankings. We're going to rank all 14 teams, talk a little bit about the terrible teams, and talk a lot about the good teams. That's how we do it. Nobody wants to hear how terrible those teams did, potato. So we're going to start off at number 14, and Nubsy's going to take it away. We're going to alternate each team and just talk a little bit about each team. So, Nubsy, go ahead, take it away.
Well, 14 this week, we have Chelsea, who rough week, kind of struggled to get numbers, like we said, and that's just where they ended up. I think they're the only team also without an FA Cup win so far, or at least a point in the FA Cup. They were the only team to lose both games.
Wow. That's not good. But, like we said earlier, Chelsea struggled to field numbers, so hopefully Money can assemble that team together and start getting more people on the pitch. Next up, number 13, we've got Everton with Trey. This one is a big surprise for a lot of people. Trey did pretty well last season with Liverpool and Neymar, and honestly, Liverpool had a pretty stacked team last season, but I give Trey more credit than people do. I think I see him come up a lot during games, and I think he's a very good player. This kind of comes as a surprise. I think this is another team that's struggling due to the lack of numbers, if I'm not mistaken, Nubsy.
I'm not sure about them with numbers. Trey built a pretty decent team. He did go with a few of Neymar's old Frenchy friends, and they're more hockey guys. There's a couple of them they're on TC now, but
right.
He's got Klassen in net, Beast, which I think they just traded for Beast.
Yep, from West Ham.
Yeah, from West Ham. Sadow's a good forward. I don't know if I guess he has shown up. He's played 4 games, so they're not too bad off. It's just rough start and got to get it together.
Yep. Take it away there, Nubsy, for number 12.
Number 12, we have the Hammers of West Ham. And let's see. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow here. They went even across the board, actually, 2-2-2 in league play. So 6 points, even on goals for and goals against 2. It's just right now they're one of those sort of mediocre teams that Lang usually puts good teams together, but he's got some work to do. He
does have a lot of work to do. One thing I noticed with Lang this year is just a lot of people are on the same page. we saw a lot of things blow up last season with Lang, and he lost a lot of his good players, go to other teams and not want to play for him. So he had to build a brand new system, and so far it's not coming out as he'd liked it to be. But he does have Bauer in net, which is a huge help. Last season's Golden Glove winner, so hopefully Bauer can carry this team and get them back up in the standings and win them some more hardware this season.
Well, in this week in trades, he picked up ECF Cavino and ECF Brisan, and judging by the names, I would assume that those guys know each other.
Mm-hmm,
so maybe that'll help the forward attack there.
Yeah, that should help out production for that team. They also traded for Flalen from Sunderland. They gave up Vols, which is a big player to give up, but Flalen's a good piece to get in return. Very good midfielder. Sunderland, just like West Ham, isn't doing too hot, so pretty good trade. Hopefully it works out for Lang. Picking up him and a few other players in that trade for Vols. Next up, I believe this is me. We have number 11. We've got Manchester City. City, as we said earlier in the show, had a change in ownership. But as we said, man, Spider Monkey did what he could with what he had, and I like what he has on the team. I feel like they have a balanced team. They're missing a few star-stud players that they're lacking on defense and goalie. I think that's where this team's going to struggle. I think they've got some decent mids. I think Spider can score a lot of goals. I don't know. We'll see. All in good time, I suppose. But I think Spider could have maybe made a couple more trades during this window to improve the team slightly a little bit better. He has a team that can fare well throughout this season if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, and just to not be at the bottom of the table and pointless at this point in the season after having the owner switch up and all that is, that's good for him. So
absolutely.
Only way to go is up.
Yep. Take it away. Next one there, Nubsy.
Next one, isn't this fitting? We have your team, Sunderland. That was appropriate as well. You guys went 1, 2, and 3. Made some moves this week with some trades that I think are going to help you out. Honestly, I thought you well.
No, I'm kidding. I love my team. Please continue.
I don't know if I can. You're killing me. I was really surprised you guys didn't do better than you did. So.
All right, that's all you got to say. Just had a crappy week. Made some trades. Bobby Potato, he's an anxious guy. He wants to do well, so he made a lot of moves to try and mix the team up a little bit. We're kind of hurting based on people showing up, I guess, just like other teams. Everyone knows, we love Nicky, man. It's the guy I play with a lot, and his availability sucks. It really does, and it's hurt us. I think we've got a good back line. I think our goalie is, Phoenix is a tremendous goalie. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, honestly, I think it all comes down to people showing up. And we had Drizzy at striker once this week. We've had King Q. We had King Q at striker. We were trying everything. We're just like, yeah, man. I love Drizzy. He's such a fun guy to play with.
I do too. I'd never see him play striker though.
You know what? Surprisingly, he wasn't the worst striker this week, so he earns he earns that award there. So, but no, it was a terrible week. Hopefully, we can turn it around.
The ball's coming in should help you out. So
yeah. That's the main reason for that move is to get us some offense going in the event that Nicky doesn't his availability doesn't improve. But until then, we're trying to switch things up and get things going here. I'll take the next one here. Next up, we've got. Do we really have to talk about this guy, this owner? Kills me inside to talk about him. All right, let's talk about him. We've got Arsenal, Creepy Klepto, and the boys. A good squad, man. Just underperforming. I think problem is we have some of these teams that we didn't expect to do so well doing well. I mean, the only thing I could really say about Arsenal is that, don't change anything. Things will start clicking. That's how I feel. I don't know what you think.
I wouldn't disagree with you there. Klepto came into bidding talking like he was going to save, $20 million for next season and all this stuff, and his team was going to be terrible. And now he's got $1.75 million, and he's got a pretty good roster. And he's got a pretty good roster, and they're still mid-table, and they've got some great players, great names. If by week 3 they're still in the same place, I'd be really surprised.
Yeah. Awesome midfield, awesome forwards. Obviously, Klepto's a good center back to man the back line. Mayhem is not a bad goalie. He's not the best goalie in the league, but he holds his own in net for the most part. So, I mean, what else can they do except just play better? I think they've got talent throughout the whole squad. Everyone knows how much what I think of Sheik as a player. To have him and Smoke in your midfield is very good, and then to have Messi up top, it should mean success for this team. So I expect them to turn it around this week here and do a whole hell of a lot better than they did last week.
Well, I'll tell you, a surprise for me with them was the Grove, one of their forwards, guy I'd never heard of. And we haven't played Arsenal in league yet, but we've accidentally matched up with them a couple times in warm-up games. And he's a solid player. Easy guy to overlook, really good on the ball. I mean, they've got all the pieces to the puzzle. They just have to put it together.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Go ahead and take number 8.
Number 8, we have Bournemouth. And it's RV9 squad. Pretty good team. They did better than I thought they would too. For RV kind of brought in a lot of outside people that nobody really knew of, and making a name for this team.
Yeah, I think they're another team of the like a lot of the bottom teams is suffering from guys showing up. RV is a good player, man. At least a good goalie, but I believe he's trying to play mid this season.
I don't think he's playing goalie at all this season.
No. It's honestly, I heard him say that this was a big reason why he wanted to be owner, so he had a say on how his formation went, which it's a good reason to be owner. But I don't know when does it become a point that he just says, I need to go in net to make my team better?
I don't know, because when we played him this week, they were beating us 2-0. And in the second half, their goalie Banyan made a couple mistakes. One on a corner where he pulled an RV that RV would do last season, as he dove and took out his guy at the near post just trying to be cute. And in this game, the goalie doesn't get up quick. So I saw him do that and cross it in quick, and we ended up scrambling and making a goal out of that. And then the second goal was ball passed back to him, and he just took one too many touches and had it slide tackled off his foot right in the net. So that was a win they could have had if RV was in net and not with the antics.
One thing that this LG differs from other leagues, and right now with 14 teams, is that it's a short season. You don't have the time to lose a game here or there. You lose a game here or there, could cost you the title. It could cost you a little bit more money for next season. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully, Bournemouth can figure themselves out here. I hope RV can stay in the midfield like he wants to, and this team can find success. I noticed a few names on their team, but it was a rough week for Bournemouth and the boys. So hopefully they get something going here next week. Oh, how fitting! I get number 7, and what do you know? I've got.
We didn't even plan this.
We didn't plan this, but I've got Southampton, Nubsy's team. Southampton is sitting at 6th place with 2-3-1 record. 6 goals for, 9 against. Eesh. Lacking on the offensive end, and you've got the the should have been Ballon d'Or winner last season, apparently.
I like how you amended that.
So yeah, just surprising for you guys, I would say. I think you guys got a good team. I think you guys are kind of sort of like Arsenal. You have your stars in each part of the field. I think Pop-Tart's great for you guys. KC's played well. Dusan Double D, I'll make no comment on. He's awful. In the midfield, you guys got the truth. He's awesome. He's a great player. Obviously, he's in Team of the Week, but he's a player that a lot of people, some people overlook. He's actually very good. But I'm assuming he's playing defensive mid.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an excellent defensive mid. And you guys got Blend, and of course Neymar. I think you guys got talent throughout the team. I don't know. You do the talk, and you can tell us what went wrong this week and what went right.
Well, you mentioned our goals for against. That's a little bit misleading because 6 of those goals against came against Tottenham on the very first game of the season when we only had 8 players and played out of formation. So really only, in the next 5 games, only 3 goals against. The biggest name that nobody's mentioned yet is Godin. Who on the site, his name is Crisino, but his tag is, I think it's ECF Godin.
Mm-hmm.
He was somebody we picked up in blind bidding after the regular bidding and did not even know that he played goalie. And in 3 games, he's yet to be scored on. So he was a really good pickup and surprise for us. And that, our defense is coming together. We just got to, attack wise, we need to put a little bit more in the back of the net. But other than that, I have faith that we're looking pretty good.
So more like an Arsenal story. Don't change a thing, and things will be better next week.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Take away with number 6 there.
All right, number 6 we have Crystal Palace, which is Timbo's team, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Timbo rules his team. They're in 4th right now. Tied with Manchester United, 10 points. They went 3-1-2, 5 goals for and 4 goals against. So not a lot really going on either end.
Wow.
Of the field in their games. Good lineup. They picked up Everest, traded for Everest this week. Mr. Ronis in midfield, Soccer SM in there, Vendy at defense, Duchy and Mezzo as goalies. They're about where, maybe a little bit higher than I thought they would be, but right about where they should be.
I thought Timbo picked up a few guys that could slow the team down. Clearly they didn't. However, I think one thing is that we can't really overvalue this team just yet because, as you were mentioning, the goals they scored and the goals they allowed, I thought to myself, there's no way they had that all their games had to have been 1-goal games or draws, which 2 of them were. One of them was a draw. So all their games had to have been 1-goal differentials, and sure enough, every single one of their games this week was a 1-goal differential. So that means either they could have had a perfect week, or they could have been sitting in dead last. We could have been talking about how they need to make all these moves. So I agree they have some good players, but I also think they have some guys that may hold them back. Like you said, Vendy is great. Jixter is a guy that got overlooked so much, and I've always said good things about him. Another very good player on the back line. Mob Get Money has been doing very well for the team as well. Mm-hmm. Timbo just made a trade for Everest, who was on Sunderland. Everest is a good player, actually a very good player. I advised Bobby against that the trade for with Everest. Bobby and I talk. Of course we do. No one should be surprised by that. But I thought Everest played well for Sunderland. I think he has great ability to create on the wing, more than people give him credit for. People think he's like a central striker, but he definitely likes to make moves, make people miss, and make the nice play. So, we'll see what he does. Perhaps get some more goal scoring for Crystal Palace if Everest can be a plus, this team could really contend at the top of the table for sure.
He was a big part of Dortmund's success last season, and then winning the Pokal. So
yeah, Everest.
Yeah, Everest.
Yeah. So we'll see. I guess we'll see how that trade works out for him. Hopefully, it does. I got number 5 here. Yep. Number 5 is no surprise here. This team had a great week. The Swans with Diabetic Rage. When I gave Diabetic owner, I was excited. He was a player in the community that's been here for a little while and definitely cares about this league. And I wasn't sure how he was going to do as an owner. I know he was aware of who was good and who was not, and what kind of players could build him a good team. And man, he's done a very good job thus far. Swansea is sitting 7th, however, 2-3-1 tied with Southampton. 3 goals for and 2 against. Is that really what they have right now? 5 clean sheets? That's insane. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
So their defense, man. That's why their defense and their goalie is all over the team of the week.
Yeah, that's impressive. So, man, right now Swansea's got to look for some scoring, and I believe they traded for the natural, which is a pretty good move, a very good move if they're looking for some goal scoring. But we'll see if it's their goal scoring, if it's their midfield that's the problem this week. Any comments on the Swans here, Nubsy?
Well, Diabetic kind of took a crumbling mess that Lang left and built it into his own team with Immunity, Fatal Enjoyment, Risen. A lot of those old guys that were running with Lang are now big guys on the Swansea squad.
Yeah. I have no idea who Camel Acrobat is, by the way. Is he a success? Is he a success of the product on defense, or?
He's what were his team of the week stats? 21 saves on 21 shots. So he's getting some shots on him. Mm-hmm. The defense probably helps out with that too. I feel like he's a guy that Diabetic brought in from outside,
right?
That nobody knew of.
Well, it was a good guy to bring in because he's definitely doing his part in net.
No doubt about that.
All right, so next up we got number 4 here, Nubsy. Take it away.
Oh, at number 4, the team that nobody expected, and the highest jump from low to high, Manchester United at 3-1-2. They got wins over Middlesbrough, Everton, West Ham this week. Drew with us. Don't know what's going on with their cup thing. They played Everton, and that score's been edited a lot of times, and it says 100-100 now. So
that's probably
what's
accurate.
going on. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I mean, like we said, I think at the start of the show, I mean, some guys that, a lot of kind of a friends club, Angel, Gordy, Carlos, Versace, Killer Panda, a couple of these guys that they kill switch. Angel's brother, they play together all the time. And I didn't think that, they got dogged on a lot in preseason because we didn't think that a friends team like that would be able to hang in a league that's as competitive as this is, but they're proving us wrong so far.
When Tough Nut was looking for a team, I thought of the idea to go with Python, bring those two together, see how they could do. And, when I was looking at their bidding, when I was looking at who they were picking up, my envision of this whole scenario is that Python gave him the keys to the house and said, I'm going on vacation, I'll be back in a month. And when Python was going to get back, the house was going to be burnt to the ground. Obviously, that's not the case.
I think that was everybody's expectation.
Yeah, and it's impressive. They are – the stats get cleaned up a little bit. It appears that they are, I think, 3rd in the league in scoring, which is excellent, which is great. They have 9 against, which, is fine as long as you're scoring enough to win. So, my question is if this team ever slows up on the attack, would they be able to last against a team like Swansea, that doesn't let up much? Would their back end be able to hold up? So that's the real question for this team. If the answer is they can, this team, Python, can be looking at a title without doing anything. That would be impressive. So next up, we've got number 3. Number 3 is the Hotspurs, Tottenham. Tottenham, no surprise here. Let's be honest. Every time Nino, Lake, and Rune join up and take a team, it's normally success. The only time it wasn't was when Lake let Soccer run a team for him, and ask Lake what he thinks of that. Soccer's a great guy. Just Lake has different views on running a team. So, but no, when those 3 get together, it's normally success. Nothing that. The one thing that really stands out is obviously their ability to score goals. Honestly, no surprises. They have Isco, they have Man, they have Nino, Rune and Lake. Rune is a very good CDM, and Lake, whether he's playing center back or CDM, the guy can track as one of the best in this league. He can track down guys very well. I mean, he's frustrating to play against. And then they have goalies like Steve McGee and Hot Pants. They did let up a lot of goals this week. Probably third from the most allowed. But when you score 17 goals, who gives a shit? I guess is what I should say. So, they've got a great team, an excellent team.
Well, and they're such a possession team. I mean, I played them twice this week, and they're unlike any other team that you play in, that they really just form those triangles and move the ball well and keep it away from you very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. I just Nino's a good player. You put Nino, Isco, Man, Lake, Rune all together, man, it's going to mean a success, and I know there's some other, they're not first place right now, but I know they're tied for first, excuse me, but I don't see them slowing up, to be honest. I see them pulling away once this season is into week 3 and 4.
The only worry about them to me is that they haven't really played a lot of these top teams yet. They've defeated Southampton, City, Sunderland, Everton, drew with Bournemouth, and lost to Middlesbrough. So, I mean, other than playing Middlesbrough, that's most of those other teams are lower half of the table.
Right.
So can they keep that up against the top half? We'll see there.
It's a good observation. I would like to see them play Swansea. That would be an excellent game of the week.
Yeah, it would.
So next up, we've got number 2, Nubsy. Let's see who's poop.
The liver poop. Nah.
The
Reds of Liverpool. Mamba's team. I think it's kind of, sort of the same way, no surprise with Tottenham. It's really the team that Mamba and the Unluckies have put together. It's no surprise they're doing as well as they are right now. They are listed as first in the league. 10 goals for, 4 goals against, 4-1-1. Tied with Tottenham on points, but winning that goal differential battle. 3 clean sheets to Tottenham 0. So that's where they kind of stick their heads out a little bit more.
Yeah, Liverpool, Mamba. Actually, let me talk more about Mamba. Mamba's really come a long way since he's first been an owner. He likes the trade, man, he loves the trade, he loves the drama. He's definitely bought into the whole system with, look, you can have a GM and an AGM. They don't have to do anything. Nowhere does it say they have to do anything. So to bring Dustin and Evo, bam, right on your team immediately, makes building the rest of your squad very easy for you. And, obviously he's stuck to getting a few of the unlucky guys. The only issue I see with this team down the road is possibly their goalies. Obviously, Dade can be Simbai can be a good goalie at times, but he didn't play it all this week, so
Nope.
something to keep an eye on. And Jimmy Jones played all 6 games, and a lot of guys say he's pretty shaky back there. So, man, I remember one of the games. I think was it Potato had a wide open net. I mean, literally half the net was open right in front of him, and here was Jimmy over to the side, like cheated completely, and he. What do you think happened? Shot it right at him. So
I was gonna say Potato missed. That's what happened.
Oh well, you know what? I shouldn't have assumed. Yeah, that's. I feel like it was Potato. I'm not 100% sure. Although, yeah, I think it was Potato. He was playing striker. That's how desperate we were.
He can score great goals, but open nets, PKs, it's a little tricky.
I don't even think Potato can score great goals, man. He's that's one of the few games that we let him come out of CDM, and I mean he did all right as striker. But anyways, Liverpool. They have an awesome back line. Vanderduke's great center back. Pride Master's good. Time will tell, Tebow's on a very cheap contract. I don't know. They've got great players all around. Definitely them and Tottenham, and then our number 1 team here are going to be your 3 battling it out here. But we'll see how their goalie situation does throughout this season. Number 1. Is it me doing number 1?
It is you.
It is me. All right. Number 1 here, we've got Middlesbrough, who went 4-0-2 this week. They are currently sitting in 3rd with 12 points, 1 point behind Liverpool and Tottenham. Middlesbrough was another team where I was excited to give ownership to Jabo. Another great guy. A guy that when Python was looking for managers said, what's Jabo up to? I said, well, he's taking ownership. He goes, oh shit. Like he was very disappointed that Jabo left him, but he's doing a fantastic job. He's got a great team. I'll be honest, after bidding, I thought Middlesbrough would be upper middle pack. So, 5th, 4th, 6th place, not as well as I thought they do. I guess I'm kind of almost saying what they are actually, but 13 goals, 8 against, 2nd in the league in scoring, and they have 2 clean sheets, which is very good. I like the team. I think they had, back to what I was about to say, before bidding, I thought they had a good team, but they've played better than what I expected. Traded for Mert, which Mert is a former Golden Boot winner on LG. So if he can find some of his scoring ways and add to the already threat that Middlesbrough provides, I think you're going to see this team be even more dangerous down the stretch. Yeah,
they were kind of surprising to me. I mean, sort of what you said. I thought they'd be mid-table. Jabo's really turned up his play, leading them offensively really well. Putting them next to Dave, that's good too. They play off each other pretty well. The rankings, we actually in extra time, Mamba did the rankings, and I changed them up a little bit for this because most of the time I just take Mamba's rankings, and he had Liverpool first, and I looked at the standings, saw Liverpool first. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Then I looked a little bit more into it, and Middlesbrough, they, the first night of the season they struggled. They lost to Chelsea and Man U, but then the rest of the week they went undefeated, and they beat Liverpool and Tottenham. So that's
and
what
Arsenal
puts them,
and West Ham.
Yeah, so that's what puts them number 1 in my book in the power rankings.
I agree with that. I can't argue that. It's a very, very reasonable reason to put them number 1. Those are all pretty good teams, and then you got to figure now it gets easier for them this week. They've got Bournemouth, Sunderland tonight. Bournemouth and Sunderland tonight. Southampton, Everton, Crystal Palace, and Man City, which none of those teams are in the besides Crystal Palace are in the top 5. So, who knows? Maybe. Like you said, Tottenham's got the tough week. Maybe we could see Middlesbrough pulling away this week. Who knows?
It is possible.
It is. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up here. That's the power rankings. Nubsy, got anything else to say, man, before we close this out?
No, I think that probably ought to do it for this time.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching. As always, this is fun. I don't know. We need more people. Guys, if you want to be on a show, hit us up. It's easy. Just talk about how great you are and how bad Potato is, and you're on the show. You got yourself a spot.
It's pretty much all I do.
But yeah, so if anyone's interested on being on the show, hey man, even if it's like once in a blue moon, come on, stop by. We'll take you on. We'll have some fun. But if you guys just like listening to us two blab, then hey, more power to you. Whatever tickles you fancy. So we're gonna clear the show up here and wish everyone best of luck for week 2. Thank everyone for watching, and Nubsy, thank you as always. Everyone have a good week too, and we'll see you all very soon.